What's up, friends? I'm Space Buns, and let's do Sugar Skull Harley Quinn makeup. This is how you all got here, and this is how I got here looking like this. But anyways, first we're going to start with one of my favorite things, and that is the Blur Stick by Revolution London. It's a universal colored face primer, which means it really doesn't have any color to it. It just goes translucently over your face. And you always want to make sure you pull that up, whether that's with the primer or with the sponge, because you don't really want to try to add wrinkles to your face. You want to just, let them happen as they happen. Anyways, next we're going to do our foundation. And for this, I'm actually going to use two different colors. I am again using Revolution London. One is a shade lighter, one is a shade darker than my natural shade. And what I'm going to do is just apply that to the highlight areas with the lighter color, and then I'm going to come back and apply to the low light areas with the darker color. And then yes, you're just going to rub them all together. The goal is not to get too much on your face so that hopefully the light stays where the light is and the dark stays where the dark is. And in those in-between spots, they more or less just blend together to make a cohesive looking color of face. Alright, so now we want to put some eyeshadow primer on our eyes, and I'm going to try to draw this in the shape of the kind of circles in the skull. And for my eyeshadow primer, I use NYX. They have a lot of great professional grade products that you can buy that are actually really cost effective, but they're absolutely great, and I find that you can apply this and it will not only stick for quite some time, but it will also reapply with ease. So now we're going to come back in with some of our black eyeshadow just to kind of create the line, make sure that everything we do kind of spreading color out stays within where it's supposed to be at. Awesome, so now that that circle is completely outlined, the colors we're going to use, I'm just going to show you, are Revolution and Wet n Wild. I use black and blue to build up the color and make it look more dimensional through the camera, not just solid black, because that kind of ends up showing up gray. So you put a little blue under it and it shows up more dark, more like what you'd expect it to look like. So pretty much I'm just going to line the outside of it with one of the blacks, come back in with a darker black, we're going to go back over that with blue, then we're going to go over the entire thing with black. Now, of course, since we are a skull, she kind of has this iridescent glow that almost makes her look pale and very white. So for this, I actually just used highlighter. I used the Revolution Strobe powder, which I think is one of the most fantastic things to ever exist. I love the color. But when you apply it really heavy like this, it actually makes you look kind of glowy and skeleton-y. So yes, I tried to put this everywhere that my costume would show, but I had to use a very little brush because my other brush is still blue from doing one of the other makeup looks, so we're getting there. So I added some purple lowlights just because you're supposed to be skeleton-y, and I wanted to make sure that those features really popped, and that was just me deciding if I liked that or not. And now we're going to move on to our skeleton nose, which I just used my basic primer brush. It is an oval brush, and I did my best to shape that with primer. And then we're just going to come back and cover that right on up with our black, and then a little bit of blue for highlight, and right over again with black. So I always use this for my eyebrows, so this might have been seen before, but just in case, this is a Milani set of eyebrow pomade. It is the best investment I've ever made. It comes as a set with the brush. It is so super easy to use. It's perfect. I would 10 out of 10 definitely suggest that. Alright, and for my lipstick, I did use the Morphe lipstick, but I know that is really expensive, and that was actually a lucky gift. So what I also showed off is an ink lip stain, and I think this works perfectly for Harley. It's a lot more and now comes the part where my anxiety ratchets up to like 10,000 because I'm trying my best not to shake. But this is Suva Cake Liner, and you get one of these little brushes. They are sold separately, but you take it, you put it in water, then you rub it around kind of circularly in your cake liner, and it becomes a liquid liner from a pressed powder kind of thing. I think it's really convenient. As you can see, you can kind of move it and easily work it. It doesn't stain or keep. It comes off very easily. But I also just really like the brush. I think it makes it super easy to apply these lines and kind of outline the work you've done when you're making a comic book look. I thought this would be really important to share because this is what it looks like when cake liner goes wrong and my brush was too wet. So you can see it completely spread out and it looks more like a watercolor on my face. Kind of freaked out, but I didn't need to. This is the great thing about cake liners, is that you can just wipe it back away, blend it back into where it goes, get it back to the appropriate color, and you're back on track like nothing ever happened. Now we're just going to come back in and fill everywhere that's black with the darkest color of black on your palette that you can find. Not anything sparkly or even the slightest charcoal. You want like dark, 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 dark black. And that's just to make sure that the colors really, really stay there, really, really show. But as you can see, that blue kind of still shines through in the end, and that is probably my favorite part of using multiple colors. Alright, honestly this part makes me nervous, but it's okay, it went fine, we are good. But so you're going to use a liquid eyeliner, and I used this NYX Epic Wear red eyeliner. It has a really nice brush, and honestly, just the color is fantastic. Won't lie, it sticks to your face really well. It really sticks, but it is worth it because you look great and it's not going anywhere if you wear this out somewhere. So, painstaking process of drawing lines as straight as you can all the way across the lips. It isn't quite as easy to clean this one up, as you can see, but that's not the biggest of deals because of what we're doing. Now, when it comes to this outside Joker smile part, I tried my best to follow my natural smile line and then up the cheekbone the best I could.
Do you want to know? Well, I've been thinking about you, and I think you'll have to listen, because the sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along?
This was honestly probably the hardest part of it all, was freehanding this diamond, and that was because I was shaking so bad from having done the rest of it and trying to focus on the rest of it. I probably should have made a stencil, and yeah, that's just hindsight thoughts, I guess. Maybe make a stencil. Just take a file folder and cut out a diamond out of it, or you can cut the sides off of it and tape them back together into a diamond shape, however you choose to do it. It'd be a lot easier than freehanding this, trust me. Ta-da! Dramatic reveal. And then the realization sets in that, oh my gosh, I completely forgot mascara. So now we're going to put mascara on. Anyways, I use two different types of mascara. Both have kind of little fibers in them that build up your mascara and make them look thicker, like they're falsies, without being falsies, because falsies hurt your eyes. Thanks for tuning in, and everybody have a great day. Jet Pirates Base Buns, signing out.
And your real daddy's probably getting his feelings hurt. I appreciate the support. It's a little weird, but I do appreciate the support.